Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 3 looks, swatches and a close-up of a dupe of the Magnetic Mineralia palette from Dupe Cosmetics. I've been absolutely obsessed with this color story and I really wanted to buy this palette, but I decided to dupe it first and see if I'm actually as in love with the color story as I thought I will be. that I would be. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Sascha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows, I love panning, duping, and just, being conscious with how I spend my money and what I bring into my collection. So hopefully you will like that as well. And I would really appreciate if you could subscribe in case you're new here, like this video, and comment down below what is your favorite palette that has been released this year. And I actually stored the shades in the Legend of Colourpop from Colourpop because it's the right amount of shades. All Colourpop palettes are magnetic and this is a 15 pan. And this is how my dupe looks like, and I think I'm quite close to the original. I will obviously pop up a b-roll with the swatches and all of the shades. But this is absolutely beautiful color story. I love that the first row is like all purpley, like lavenders. The other one is like warm toned greens. And then the last one is like cool toned grays, blacks. Like you can do a monochromatic look with this, but I also love the little color stories that you can get in here. So let me kind of walk you through all the shades. We're gonna start with the top row, and the first shade is called Whiskers, and it's from the Smith & palette from Dupe Cosmetics. Next up is a depotted shade from my Violet palette from Glam Shop, and I don't know how this one is called because the writing at the back rubbed off, so I'm not completely sure. In the center we have Toxic, which is from Makeup Beauty Shop, and it's a beautiful holochromatic light green to pink multichrome. Next is the shade Catnap, which is also from the Smith & palette from Dupe. And the last shade on this row is from Makeup Beauty Shop, and it's called Lord. It's one of their newer shades, like it's from this year, I believe. And it's a beautiful kind of neutral plum with a blue and silver sparkle. Then on the second row, the first shade is called Gluttony, and it's from Makeup Beauty Shop. It's from the Icarus MUA collaboration. It was the 7 Elysian Sins collection. It's a beautiful green to berry shade. Next up we have Sundial, which is a shade from the Ocean Jewel palette from Bella Beauty Bar. Absolutely stunning, vibrant green, and it's kind of like a limey green. And next to that is a kind of deeper and more mustardy version of that, which is called Arctic Lime, and it's from Terra Moons. It's their single shade. Next we have Wrath, and that is also from Makeup Beauty Shop and from this 7 Elysian Sins collection. And lastly on this row we have the shade Fossil, which is from Colourpop and it's from the Pokemon palette. On the last row we're starting with the shade Nowhere, which is a depotted shade from my Christmas Eve palette from Odin's Eye that I'm trying to use up this year. Next up is Lucifer, also from Makeup Beauty Shop, and I think it's from the same collection as the Lord shade. Then in the center we have the shade Pewter City, which is also from the Pokemon palette from Colourpop. Next up is a Colourpop single in the shade Let's Do It. It's a matte black shade. And lastly we have this beautiful silver sparkly shade called Vain Glory. It's from Makeup Beauty Shop and it's from the 7 Elysian Sins collection. So that's the entire color story. I absolutely love these shades, and I decided to kind of, I could do just 2 looks. Like I could definitely come up with a with just 2 looks with this color story, but I just really like it, so I want to do 3. And this is my first look, so let me kind of walk you through all of the things that I'm wearing on my face today. And I started with this Violet shade from Glam Shop, and it's in the first half of the crease. Then I used the shade Nowhere on the lower lash line and also in the second half of the crease. And to deepen it up in the outer part, I used the shade Whiskers from the Smith & palette, so that is in the absolute outer corner. And then I used my Spectre Paints paint from Glisten. It's in the shade White, and it's really great for like cutting the crease. So I used that. I still have a little bit of it on my hand because it's kind of hard to take off. It actually has a really good lasting power. And then I used the Sundial shade from the Ocean Jewel palette and used it all over the cut crease. Then I have the Shine On Shimmer Primer from Cleonut, and I have that on my lower lash line to make this shade like stay there. And this one is the Gluttony from Mika. It's a beautiful green to berry, and I think you can see the shift. So that one is all over my lower lash line, and in the inner corner I have this shade called Lucifer, and I also slightly dabbed it all throughout my lid to create a little bit more of a sparkly effect. Then, so these are all the shades that I've used today. Then I have the She Glam Hard Eyes 2-in-1 Stem eyeliner liquid eyeliner for a little bit of a liner because I'm trying to use this one up. Then in my waterline I have this Catrice Cocoa in the shade 140 Frosty Mint, just because I wanted to. I have my Superstay Concealer from Maybelline. I have the Catrice Fake It Volume Mascara. This Hendayan liquid lipstick. It's the Creatures of the Night collection. And I have it in the shade 10, which is this beautiful purple. Then I thought it would fit nicely with this look. Then I have the Revolution Fast Base Blush in the shade Peach. That is also in my project pan for this year. And for a highlighter, I actually have a really exciting update because I've used the Super Shock highlighter from Colourpop in the shade Hippo. And I don't know if you will be able to see that, but I have a pan, which definitely is not enough. Like, I will have to use it many times to use it up. But the fact that I have a pan is really exciting. I don't know why it's kind of crumbly in the center. It's a strange formula. And then but I decided that that's not enough as a highlighter. I mostly use these nowadays for just like a base, just to use them up. But I have the Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and I'm mixing the shade Aurora with the shade Cosmic. These two, I have a huge pan on them, and I have that as a highlighter on the face. So that is for the first look with my Magnetic Mineralia dupe. I absolutely love this. Like, I just love this so much. It's so pretty. And I can't wait to do the second look. So I decided that for this first look, it's gonna be this 6-pan. And one of the other looks, I want to use like this 6-pan. And then I'm gonna try to do more like a neutral look with these. That's my plan. I don't know how well I will be able to accomplish that, but I would really like to try, because I feel like it could be really pretty. So that's my plan. That's what I want to do. And yeah, we'll see how well I'm gonna be able to accomplish that. Hi guys, so here's a second look with the Magnetic Mineralia dupe. Today I decided to do like a little bit more version of a neutral look, and I think it's really pretty. So what I've used, I kind of focused on this 6-pan, these like last two columns. I started with the shade Fossil, which is from the Pokemon palette from Colourpop. And as a primer, I actually used the Catrice Grip, the last eyeshadow primer again, just because it was around. Then I have the Catnap, this shade, which is from the Smith & palette by the Everyone. and that's throughout the entire second half of the crease, and I kind of also blended it out into this like smoked out like lifting look. And then I have Let's Do It, which is a ColourPop single, smoked out as a liner. And by the way, I have Catnap on the lower lash line as well. Then I went in with the Shine On Shimmer Primer from Cleonat, and I have this shade, which is Wrath. It's from Makeup Beauty Shop. It's from their 7 Elysian Sins collection. I have that in the first half. Then this shade, which is the shade Lord, also from Mika, in the second half. And the shade Vainglory, also from Mika, from the 7 Elysian Sins, in the inner corner. And that's actually all for the eyeshadows. Then I'm also wearing the Udens Eye Summoner Gel Liner in the shade 11. I'm actually currently panning it. Then I have the Fake It mascara from Catrice. As always, I've used a lip stain on my lips, and it's the Hendayan Peel Off lip stain in the shade number 06. I've actually used this lip stain like 4 times now, I think, just because it's a beautiful color. And then I had just like a lip oil on top of it. I've used this ZC matte foundation, the Silky Lasting foundation, in the shade MW01. It's my second time trying this foundation, and it's such a comfortable foundation. I'm really enjoying the way it looks. My skin isn't the best today. Like, it's, first of all, my forehead is creasing a lot, and also I have a lot of little pimples, so it's not the best canvas, but it still looks really nice. So I'm very, very impressed with this foundation. For concealer, I'm using this Catrice Insta Bright Serum Concealer in the shade 01. Is that the shade? 001N. So it looks like it's a very brightening light concealer. And on my forehead and on my chin, where I have the most pimples, I've used the Catrice All Matte Plus Shine Control Powder in the shade Transparent. And then, what else am I wearing? Oh, blush is the Revolution Fast Base blush in the shade Peach, as in the previous look, I believe. And then highlighter is the Mini Charms palette from Beauty Bay and the shade Milky Way, this first shade over here. Let me kind of show you the look a little bit closer. But I think it's very, very pretty. It's kind of like a little bit more powerful neutral look that I'm really enjoying a lot. And yeah, and I mean the skin doesn't look bad either. I think just the forehead is kind of not all that incredible, but otherwise the rest of the face I'm very happy about. So that's for the second look. Hi guys, so this is my third look with this duped palette of the Magnetic Mineralia from the Avon. And today I fused. So for my brows, I have mixed this Softly shade from Christmas Eve together with the shade Nowhere from Christmas Eve. I've used my Maybelline Superlock Brow Glue. Then I have the Catrice Grip to Last Eyeshadow Primer, this translucent powder. Translucent primer. Then I've used this shade called Arctic Lime. In the first half of the lid, I have Catnap from the Smitten palette in the second half of the lid and also on my lower lash line. And then in the outer corner, I've used the shade Let's Do It from Colourpop. It's the single from Colourpop. I also have the Pewter City in the inner corner. And then I've used my Cliona China Shimmer Enhancer. And I have this shade called Wrath in the second half of the lid. And in the first half of the lid, I have this shade which is called Toxic. And both of them are from Makeup Beauty Shop. Then I've used this white Salmon gel liner in the shade 011. Then I'm trying to pan this Catrice Instant Bright Serum Concealer in the shade 001N as a concealer. Catrice Fake It Mascara. Then I have this Catrice Generation Joy lip liner in the shade C01 True Tangerine as a lip liner, and this Udden's Eye and Angelica Nyquist Halloween lipstick bundle, and it's the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog. As a blush, I've used my All Laced Up shade from Colourpop. It's the Super Shock blush. Then I have this highlighter on, which is also from Colourpop. It's the Super Shock highlighter in the shade Highly Wasted, and I topped that off with my Salmon 2 palette from Udden's Eye and the shade Starry Sky, this one. And I think that's everything that is on my face right now. When it comes to this color story, I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. It's so wonderful. I love these green, gray, white looks. I'm just such a sucker for them. So this is definitely a wonderful color story. I have written down all the shades here, so I think I'm gonna be you know, revisiting this color story in the future because I'm definitely like enjoying this and I want to have this around. So that's for this color story and for this palette. Let me know what you thought about these looks and if you've enjoyed any of them, and I'll be very happy to see you tomorrow with another video. So bye.